to go even further beyond.
Yeah, my name's Akashi, and in this video I'm bringing you guys a free-to-play guide, free-to-play list, free-to-play top 5 list in fact, of teams that are very free to play. I said free to play like 4 times already. It's only been like 15 seconds, but you guys see what the video is. The reason I'm doing this video is because I know that now that it's 3rd anniversary, there's going to be a high influx of players coming into the game, but there's also a lot of you guys that do play the game that are looking for a team to main that is easy to invest into. So these are going to be teams that have low investment costs, easy to access. So you know, like some characters, they rarely come back in the summon rotation, and you know how the meta is right now. There's a lot of Zenkais, so we're going to be looking at teams that don't have too many Zenkais to actually just be a solid contender against all the other teams that you could face up against in PvP. So hopefully you guys are going to enjoy this video. I just realized I had sound off, but I'm going to actually keep it off the whole video. I'll just put OST in the background or something like that. It's probably better for this type of video. If you haven't already, make sure to press that subscribe button on this grind to 20k, very close to 20k. If you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed, do me that favor and subscribe. The content's lit here. Ask anybody in the comment section. They won't cap, no cap. All my socials are on the left. This is the YouTube channel, but we've got a Twitter, Twitch, Reddit, Instagram, and a Discord link all in the description below. So make sure to check me out on all of those. But this is actually going to be a useful video, I'm pretty sure, for all of you. Gonna give you 5 teams. I might add some honorable mentions, but it depends on how long the video gets. But these 5 teams are really easy to get into and don't cost that much to build. So let's get into the video now. Alright, so boom. The first team I've got here is actually a Legends Road team. The Legends Road team is the highest ceiling there is for free to play in this game. All of these characters here literally take resources that aren't Chrono Crystals. Legit. They'll literally take your time, effort, and they might take like a lot of your energy and skip tickets. But besides from that, if you're not spending Chrono Crystals, this is the highest ceiling you can go for free to play. All of these characters here, they come for events, and I believe Goku Youth's event is still in the game. It's permanently there. If you're wondering how to get, you go to event, and then it should be here, the Goku Youth one, and there's also this one that you probably need. But to get the key for that, you actually go to the exchange shop. I'm gonna go for the Goku Youth event first. You can literally grind his Z power, get him to 14 star, then you can do his Zenkai awakening through this DKP event here. You go to the exchange shop, and then there's gonna be a key in the rare medal shop that you can purchase for 1,000 rare medals. Hopefully it loads sometime today. Thank you, Legends. You see I opened it up here, the key's there. Go purchase it, and then you can play the events of Zenkai awakening. Honestly, get him to 7 stars. Goku Youth is one of the most, like, he's the most free to play unit in the game probably, and he's one of the best units that are free to play, like if not the best one. He has an endurance factor which just makes him great, and what's really good about this team is that everybody Zenkai buffs everybody. So if you guys know anything about Zenkais, yeah, Zenkais, they give beautiful Zenkai abilities, and everybody's eating up everybody's Zenkai abilities that have Zenkai. So obviously Yardrat, Goku, and Great Saiyaman do not have Zenkais because they just haven't got theirs yet, but they'll eventually get theirs. But you can see Zenkai ability, Trunks Youth, Gotenks, Goku. Unfortunately, this man here is only buffing per yellow, but they do eat up each other's Zenkai abilities, which is really good. Most of them anyways. You can see the ability bonus is 3,000. Out of all the teams, there's nothing high you can go from this. Literally, if you see a Legend Road event, this is something that you can just build up alongside another team, considering it's free to play. So just play the events, get your Chrono Crystals, and you can actually get a really good character on the way. You can see that all 14 stars, besides from Yardrat, Goku, and Great Saiyaman. But the Zenkais, and all of them will pretty much get a Zenkai soon. I'm hoping this guy gets a Zenkai because I want to run him on Hybrid Saiyans, but he's actually solid as well. Main ability gives nice buffs to Hybrid Saiyans, but honestly, like, do not sleep on Legends Road. I believe this team is actually up there Z tier, and I'm not even just saying that to say that. I would actually use this team to fight against a lot of teams, and I'd actually give them work. So yeah, I took a lot of time to speak about this team, but I specifically because it's based on like time factors. So the event might come, the event might go. So if you see a Legend Road event, I do advise that you get the characters to at least 7 stars, and then focus on the Zenkai over everything if the character does have a Zenkai. Otherwise, just grind as much as you can and get them as high as you can. Goku Youth's permanently there, so go ahead and grind him if you haven't. But yeah, let's get into the next teams now, because I gave this team 3 minutes. Number 2 on this list, I've actually got God Key. Now you're probably thinking, how is this team here? This is an expensive team. Now hold on, give me a sec. Now God Key characters, they're just going to be characters that really come OP, and that's just simply because of how the Dragon Ball franchise is built. Every God Key character that pretty much comes out is going to have something to actually provide to the meta. Whether they're garbage or not, they will actually be solid at bare minimum. So if we look at the characters that we have on my God Key team here, I put Goku Blue because he's actually free to play. You can get him to 14 stars via missions, I'm pretty sure. Then the Zenkai, you can do discounts for him to get him to 7 stars, and I'm pretty sure he's even in the Zenkai 7, sorry, and I'm pretty sure he's even in the Ultra Space Time Rush Drop. Let me just check for that, because there's going to be a lot of characters that I'll probably mention that are actually in this shop. There he is. You can actually get into Zenkai 7 just by playing Ultra Space Time Rush. So God Key is actually a team that has a lot of solid characters that are quite accessible, I'm not gonna lie. They're just missing a red right now, but at the time you might see this video, they might already have a really good red. But I actually advise people use EX Whis because he actually buffs God Key members via his unique ability. If you look at this one here, if character other than God Key is battle member, so it's just pretty neat. You can see here, switch to standby. Like, he gives nice buffs for the team. He's solid. Obviously there could be a better red. However, this man here is free to play. Vados has been on a lot of banners recently. This Vegeta has been all over the place, I'm not gonna lie. This Vegeta here, he's a Zenkai character, so if he comes back, if the booster pack is there, I recommend you buying it. But there's also Champa, who's kind of all over the place, which is why I just recommend using God Key, on top of the fact that they're gonna get a lot of characters in the future. So building up a God Key team is very solid just because they're already a strong team, but they'll obviously get future characters which just suit them perfectly. On top of that, let's not just forget about the main character in the game. He doesn't come up on the God Key setting because he's at base form. But Shallot, you guys know Shallot goes God. If you didn't know, then I guess you know now. But Shallot is also a member you can fit on this team, so go with the main meta, honestly. But yeah, that's number 2, God Key. Future is the next team on the list. I feel like it's a team that actually deserves its roses. They're a team that held up for a very long time without actually having any Zenkais, and they do have now the Super Saiyan 2 Trunks here, which you can get to Zenkai 7. But even without him, they still have this Trunks Youth, who is very usable, I'm not gonna lie. Like, don't sleep on him. He's a free to play unit. He was also on the Legends Road team. But if you have that LF Vegeta Blue, he's actually a very solid contender in the meta as well. He has been aging, but he's actually been all over the place as well, so the chances are you'll probably pull him. Green Goku Black, he's not even a Zenkai, so even if you can get just one pull of him, you'd be really good to just Z-power him to 6. This Vegeta here, he's been all over the place as well, quite easy to pull. You can see the main squad on this team do not have Zenkais. Red Cell, Trunks Raid from 2nd anniversary, a lovely unit. He's not as strong as he was before, but if you have a better option, which I don't have him, but if I go to characters, you can see that there's the yellow Gohan here. If you were lucky enough to pull this man, he was really good. But Future just have a lot of units, and they have a solid color wheel. I'm not even gonna lie, the Red Cell is dangerous. Trunks and Mai is really good. I wouldn't use these lot here on this row. I wouldn't use them. For the yellow, I'd go Trunks Rage or this Gohan. Purple, they have Merge Zamasu. This Vegeta is probably the main one, but if you were lucky enough to pull him as well, the LF Rose. Green is undeniably Goku Black. Goku Black is actually different, like in my opinion, the best unit that doesn't have a Zenkai in the game, undeniably, and he's not hard to pull at all. So this is a team that doesn't require a lot to build, honestly, and they will definitely get more units in the future. Like, we have even got the LF Trunks Sword of Hope, corrupted Zamasu. We could get a transforming Vegeta Blue. Like, there's so many possibilities that we can get. So like, Future is a team that's up there for me in terms of low investment. They're easily accessible and you can easily build it up, honestly. So yeah, this is number 3 for the free to play teams on this list. From here, I'm gonna keep it real, it's gonna get a lot more expensive from the first 3 teams, like, undeniably, but this is probably the one of the teams that I have to mention just off rip of how the Dragon Ball franchise is built, because there's so many options that you could pull off. So Shallot here, being the main character, his Z ability buffs Saiyan specifically, so he will always help this team no matter what. You can even see they've already set out his 14-star Z ability, so you know he's going to buff Saiyans, and health is a really good Z ability, and he's only going to get stronger, get more transformations. But then looking at the other characters, if you know, like, the strongest meta Saiyan team, it's actually very expensive to have. So like you could have Bardock here at Z7, Namek Goku at Z7. If we're looking at greens, the LF Super Saiyan 3 is probably the best choice, undeniably. Purples, you've got the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, who is a Zenkai. I've got him here. But then there's also now the Son family, I said Son family, GT Super Saiyan 4 Goku, who could actually fit on this team as well. Looking at yellows, I have Goku Youth just because he's a free to play and I think he's genuinely the best option. I don't believe there's any other options. You could have this guy here, but out of the Saiyans that are like cheapest and low investment, Goku Youth is undeniably the one. And then for red, I've actually got this man here. You could also have this guy here. He's actually very easy to actually Zenkai Awaken, and he's free to play. But I don't recommend you using him over Ultra Goku. Like Ultra Goku is just undeniably the best one. But you could also have this Fury Broly here. He just doesn't buff Saiyan, so I haven't got him over Ultra Goku. Ultra Goku is the free to play character and he's actually really good in ties with everybody else on this team. Just in case I've missed out any other characters, you guys know the Saiyan catalog is really solid. Yellow have the Angel Vegeta. He's actually a better option than Goku Youth just simply because of how he works. But if you want to play defensive and actually tank a lot of stuff, Goku Youth has the endurance factor as well, so you can tank a Rise and Rush and still be alive. So it just depends on how you want to play. Saiyans has to be on this list just simply because of how many characters they have and how many characters they will continue to get, which will work on their team. Even characters that don't buff Saiyan via Z ability, they have to be on, like, they can just work on Saiyans. So like here we got Zenkai 7 Super Gogeta, another expensive unit. You have to spend quite a bit of CC. However, I've got this 10% thing. My charger is not charging my phone. But however, you could still run him on Saiyans even though he doesn't buff it. But as you can see, having this team is a lot more expensive than the first or second team that I had. So just bear that in mind. It's going to get a lot more expensive from here on out. But this team has to be here just because of the characters they will get in the future and the characters they have already. So that's number 4, Saiyans. Now the last spot on this team, I'm giving it to Hybrid Saiyans, just simply because they have a mixture of the other teams. So if we look at Legends Road, they had the Trunks Youth here. They've also got the Gotenks, and then even if you wanted to, you could actually mix in the green Super Saiyan Gohan that I had before. But I'm actually going to go this guy here because he's kind of everywhere as well, and he's actually really good. For purple, this guy here, as long as you've got him to 7 stars, you can actually begin to Zenkai Awaken him through Ultra Space Time Rush, and he is a good contender at Zenkai 7. However, I will not lie, he is a bit outdated. So you could actually take him out and just have this guy here to actually buff the Legends Road characters on the team. Just depends on how you want to move it. But I'm going to keep the Gohan there because he's at Zenkai 4, but I'm going to end up Zenkai 7 in him eventually. For yellows, if you're lucky enough to pull that Super Saiyan Gohan, then I suggest you go for him. The one I didn't have, I showed you guys earlier, this one here. But you could also run the Goten that I've got right here. He's actually really good, can get you Hydro Speed. Trunks Rage you can also run. I don't recommend anybody else. And then for red, I've got this Super Saiyan Trunks here, right? But you could also run Trunks and Mai. I actually would recommend Great Saiyaman if you bother to get the stars up. And then obviously it's not free to play at all, but if you have this guy as Zenkai, then you're just set for life because he's the best character in the game. But we can't mention him for this video because he's too expensive to actually grab. You need to get him 7 stars first before you can Zenkai Awaken him. So yeah, that's the last team on this list. I had to put hybrids in. I feel like every other team is just way more expensive and costs like so much. You'd have to go into them specifically. But if you want a good team that can actually hold up, I feel like these 5 teams are the best teams for you to have. Now for honorable mentions, we've got here full Zenkai. I'm playing. Now that's going to be the end of the video. I was going to make an honorable mentions list at the start of the video, but getting to the end of the video, I realized every other team in this game is just either just really expensive or not worth mentioning because they're really expensive. So these 5 teams are genuinely the best teams I feel that you guys should invest into. God Key over all of them. Legends Road is something you do gradually because, like I said, they're time gated by when the event comes and goes, so you just have to wait for the event to come by. Saiyans is a team that you build up naturally, so even if you're building up God Key, it'd probably play a part in building up Saiyans as well. And then Hybrid Saiyans, like I said, the 2 main ones are free to play, so that's really good. But over time, I feel like there's a few that will just come that are just really neat, and they're not even like LFs or anything like that. So if you can pull 1 copy of them, you can actually just Z power them to 6, and then you'd be good. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was informative for you new players. Hopefully it was helpful. I'm gonna leave it like that. I appreciate you guys for watching. Press that subscribe button. Like I said earlier, if you made it to the end and you didn't subscribe at the beginning, maybe you'll reconsider right now. Maybe the video was useful. You let me know in the comments below. Even if it wasn't, give me some critiques, criticism. I take it. Pause. But yeah, my name's Akashi, guys, and I will see you guys in the next one.
Lend me your energy! You're through!